Billy, thumbs down. And thumbs down. I'm going to judge that, and it's a thumbs down for Tidal Bay here on BetRacingNation. Second one in, Billy Blakeman. Very interesting, long run. Of course, viewers at home will have the opportunity to see that Nicky Henderson exclusive where he talks about all 4 of his runners. Now, long run, is this an interesting one for you?
Oh, fascinating contender. I mean, really classy chaser. Obviously won the Gold Cup in 2011, the King George in 2012. Didn't win in 2013, but back on track at Kelso last time in a small runner field. Fascinating to see how he gets on. He wasn't the most fluent jumper early in his career, and this challenge, jumping-wise, will be a real big ask. Obviously, Sam Twiston-Davies, Sam Whaley-Cohen. Amateur will be rolling in. 3 amateurs have ridden. The winner of the Grand National in my lifetime, Dick Saunders on Grittar, Charlie Fenwick on Ben Nevis, and Marcus Armitage on Mr Fisk. Great to see him win. It's a big ask for me, though. And,
well, it may be a big ask for you. I don't know about the other 2 gents that are sitting behind you. We're going to do it all at the same time, like you do a rock, paper, scissors. I want to see...
We're doing it on 4 or on 3?
We're doing it on 4.
OK, on 4.
I want a show on 4.
That's controversial.
I want a 1, 2, 3...
Oh.
Thumbs down for long run. Massive thumbs down for long run. Put that in your notebook. Apparently you won't make the 4 mile 3, and the 30 fences might be a big ask there. Next run, and we're straight over to your first little preview. It's another Henderson entry. It's Hunt Ball. Some sort of miracle that Nicky Henderson seems to work for him. Is it a big enough miracle to win the National, Jono?
Well, I have to say I was actually completely shocked when he ran so well at Ascot a couple of starts ago, and I love this horse because I backed him at Cheltenham a couple of years back when he won at the festival, and and for that reason I find it very hard to pass him over. However, I think the distance could be a concern, and not really for me. I don't think.
Not really for you.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Again, the other gents. Quick show. It's going to be thumbs up, thumbs down, or maybe show. Thumbs down again. Right, that's 2 of Henderson's runners that we've discarded from the whole of the Grand National.
Unanimous.
You've heard it here first. It's unanimous. Don't back long run or Hunt Ball. We're next, I think, the Gordon Elliott. Is it Rudra Deay? Sandy, you're the one to give us the lowdown on Rudra Deay, please.
Well, he's currently 66 to 1 with the bookmakers, but he's an unlikely runner because he's 380 to 1 on the exchanges. He's been disappointed in these last 2 races. He's suited to heavy ground, and I can't imagine Connections will run him unless it's a heavy ground national.
Right, OK, so on that note, I can't see too many thumbs up. Is it all thumbs down?
He's not going to run.
Thumbs down. All the way. Didn't even need to show. Thumbs down again. When are we going to get to the interesting run as well? It may well be now, mightn't it, Billy, with Triolo D'Alene, the 3rd of Nicky Henderson's entries. They're all quite high up the weights, I do note, but Triolo D'Alene, Billy.
Yeah, in his favour, he's won over these fences. He won the Topham last year, did it nicely. He's a lot higher in the handicap this time, so... but that is valuable experience. He's a 7-year-old. The last 7-year-old to win this race, I think, was 1940, a horse called Bogscar. Before that was Golden Miller. So he is young. He does like a little bit of experience. He also had a quite hard race in the Gold Cup, so he's got to come back here fairly quickly afterwards and show that didn't take it out of him. I think the Gold Cup entry was a bit of an afterthought, so I wouldn't be quite sure it'd be a peak for this.
Well, I mean, we say an afterthought, but you will get the opportunity. Obviously, anyone will to look at that Nicky Henderson exclusive. He seems to think that he'll come on for the Cheltenham Gold Cup run, which is very interesting. To come on out of a Gold Cup, that is something. Usually, it takes it out of a horse, but in this case, he seems quite positive and confirmed that Barry Geraghty will get the ride. So, can we have a thumbs up and thumbs down on Triolo D'Alene?
Am I allowed a halfway?
You can have a wobble.
Oh, I have a wobble, yeah.
Have a wobble,
okay.
There's a wobble there, and thumbs up from Sandy. So could well be in with a shout. Triolo D'Alene in with a shout is what we say here. Rocky Creek. This has been talked about for the National for a while, hasn't it, John?
Absolutely, yeah. First of the Nichols horses, and second in the Hennessy to Triolo D'Alene, fantastic bit of form there. And Triolo is now up £10, I think, and Rocky Creek is only up £5 since then. So maybe could be on level terms with Triolo. Most recently ran in January in the Argento Chase. A decent second to the Giant Bolster, who again has run very well since, as we know.
And to speculate, a jockey, are we looking at Darryl Jacob or Feely?
No, Feely's
you think Feely's going to be the...
No, he has been booked.
Oh, he's been booked?
Yeah.
Excellent.
He has?
Yeah. So it's a Nichols-Feely team.
I want to add to my notes.
We've got the Nichols-Feely team on Rocky Creek. What do the BetRacingNation team think about Rocky Creek?
7 runs, 2 spears.
And yourself, Jono? You're in between. That is the most indecisive vote you could possibly get here, so I'll split it and I'll give positive. connotations to Rocky Creek. The next one that we'll look at is Kenko, Venetia Williams' runner. I know you're a bit of a fan of Venetia yourself, aren't you, Sandy? But how about the runner Kenko?
Well, you've got to remember this horse was actually considered as a Gold Cup horse last season before he unfortunately had to undergo emergency operation for colic. On his return, he fell at Newbury in the Hennessy. He was actually still going well at the time of when he fell, and he just hasn't looked the same horse since, unfortunately. I can only imagine this horse will run if there is soft in the description. He's 50 to 1 shot with the bookies. He's 100 to 1 plus on the exchanges. So he's probably a doubt.
Not making the frame.
No.
Not making the frame. So can we have a show again, a signal to our viewers? It's a thumbs down for Kenko. Just before we move on to the next section of runners, out of those top 7 that we've just covered, let's just have one. If you adapt to that one,
I like the Hennessy form. It's been crabbed, funny enough, but I would say that
horrible pun.
I'd say that Triolo D'Alene and Rocky Creek would be the 2 out of the top lot.
Billy?
Oh, I wouldn't be keen on any of them, particularly, but Triolo D'Alene of the 7.
I just love Tidal Bay.
Oh, okay. So something
Love
a bit
that
left
horse.
field there, but Triolo D'Alene certainly I'm interested in as well with the good ground that is expected. Let's move on to number 8. And it's Billy Blakeman's given us the coverage for number 8, working around in this clockwise fashion. Bog Warrior, does he want a bog, and is he a warrior?
Yeah, I don't think he wants a bog. He's a lightly raced 10-year-old. He's only had 8 chase starts. He was 5th in the World Hurdle in 2013, so he's got a bit of class. He can be a bit keen, and I could, in a sense, see this way suiting him, because he could be line up handy, he could go well for a long way. The worry is he has got an entry at Navan, I think, on the 29th of March, so he might also be a doubtful runner.
And not to go mad on stats, because I know that you'll bite my head off if I do, but not an Irish winner since Silver Birch, if I'm right. Or am I wrong? There hasn't been an Irish winner in a while, has there?
Not that long, really, is it?
Well, what is that? 10 years now, isn't it?
Yes. Not that long ago.
So you don't think that's a thing at all? So is it? All right. Well, we'll have a thumbs up, thumbs down on Bog Warrior.
I don't know.
So we just don't know.
And on that bombshell.
Yeah, on that bombshell.
Good preview, this.
Mossy Joe.
Mossy Joe.
It's not running.
Not running.
No,
Well, I did actually put may not run at the top.
No, he's been exactly that the race.
Simply put a line through that,
Yeah,
Mossy
exactly.
Joe. You've heard it here
Exactly.
first. Cheers.
Makes my life a lot easier. Thank you.
That does make life a lot easier. We'll come back to you, Sandy, as you do seem to know everything about non-runners and what the odds are, and you know, therefore you must be able to pick us the winner of this. Let's just have a quick roundup of Quito de la Roque.
Yeah, well, trainer Cole Murphy quoted after his last win at Furls last year. He's had plenty of problems, initially with his sinuses and then with his back. He's actually shown very little since then, and he's just of no interest for me. He's currently 66 to 1. He's about 70 to 1 on the exchanges. That suggests that he will probably take up his chance in the race. But a horse with back problems running in a national, not for me.
Not for
Saying that though, the fences have been modified and it is more like a 4-mile handicap hurdle these days.
You think?
Yeah.
So you think that is considerably easier than the national?
Yeah, everyone knows that. I wouldn't say that it's... Obviously, it's paramount horses' safety, but horses are going to be going quicker on this faster ground.
Yeah.
And you think a fence is higher, so it's harder to jump. But if you're coming rattling down to these fences quicker and quicker, you know, that's how injuries occur as well.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it is an interesting spectacle now with them sort of manipulating with the size of the fences is something that everyone's going to be paying attention to, as we do with the national. It is a spectacle in racing in itself.